Hey, this is Ike Stubblefield, and you're listening to the 25th Hour radio show.
The 25th Hour Radio Show. You're tuned into the 25th Hour Radio Show. I'm your host, Rob Fairless. And on behalf of my co-host, Randy Ashby, we would like to welcome you to today's program. Now, today on the program, we have music legend Ike Stubblefield. Ike, how you doing?
I'm doing great, sir. How are you, Rob?
We're doing really good. So, Ike, you just got back from playing down in Florida. How is it down there this time of year?
It was a little cold at night, but I made sure I had my headline spot during the middle of the day where it was nice and warm. It was great. It was a really good festival. Bear Creek.
Do you try and stick around close to home, or do you still like to get out and tour all over?
Good question. I kind of go in spurts because I'm kind of all over the place with production and producing and teaching and writing. So I'm on 29 records last year. So
wow.
So I try to be smart about how I go out, so I'm not oversaturating myself. And but for me, it's all about keeping integrity in Hammond B3 organ and that sort of thing. So it's a lot of fun when I go out. I try to be very strategic on how I do it. So it's good. It's been great.
On your wiki page, it says you started playing around about the age of 3, actually learning a little bit on your sister's piano. At what point did you decide to make the Hammond B3 your instrument of choice?
After, I guess, right around 8 or 9 years old, I was kind of playing in church, so I really enjoyed just the versatility of Hammond B3 organ, and at 10, I was actually a pretty good drummer. So it was a natural transition from drums to keyboards to B3. And 14, I got asked to do a fill-in for a run with Motown Review in Detroit. Detroit's only about an hour from Toledo, Ohio. So I had a bunch of pals up there, and I went and did a few runs with Motown with Stevie Wonder, Temptations, Four Tops, Marvin Gaye, and all that, and on tour. But Detroit was great because back in the day there was a lot of music coming through there. I'd have a rehearsal with Motown Review and in Detroit, and then go to the east side of Detroit, sit in with Iggy Pop and MC5 and rock out, and then go to the jazz club and play Jimmy Smith, Jack McDuff, Hammond B3 organ, jazz, and kick and bass pedals, and then go home and listen to Frank Zappa. So I was all over the place musically, even at 14. So it was like a big fun. It was fun for me.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be fun. What was it like getting your first taste of the spotlight and meeting some of these big names for the first time?
Well, for me, it wasn't. I didn't think of it like that. It was basically just like I said. I mean, at that age, it was all fun and it was a major learning experience because back then musicians were very hands-on as far as information and training and that sort of thing and support. So it was very disciplined. But at the same time, it was, being that young, it was fun because I had a pretty good ear on my head, so I could pretty much hear everything that was going on, and I just kind of treated it like a teenager would, playing basketball or something, or playing sports, or being I was never adolescent. So I never had a. I never did the teenage thing because I was always around adult musicians, and playing in clubs at that age. So so I missed that whole era of being a kid.
with
so
all
it was interesting.
With all these people that you've played with, have you made any lasting relationships with any of the folks that you've jammed out with?
Oh yeah, the ones that are still with us, I still have contact with. In fact, Martha Reeves came up and did my 60th birthday party here in Athens, and sang Heat Wave and dancing in the street. And My Baby Loves Me and Jimmy Mack, my 4 favorite songs from Martha Reeves, and Happy Birthday. And so that was great. And I talked to quite a few folks off and on, Stevie and folks like that are still with us. And I try to stay. When I go out, I run across paths here and there.
Now, the B3 requires not only a strong left hand, but also a killer coordination. Do you?
Well, yeah. I mean, especially if you're kicking bass and really playing the instrument like it's supposed to be played. I mean, it's you find a lot of piano players that switch over to organ, but the whole technique is a little different. It's a totally different instrument than piano, and so it's with harmonics and all kinds of tricks, drawbars and presets and all kinds of things. So it's sort of like the original synthesizer, but it's all its own instrument. As far as being analog and a tone generator, so it's a pretty unique instrument.
Oh yeah. Has your technique changed over the years to accommodate changing music, or you just pretty much stay the same?
Well, I'm always about change, constantly changing. But that's the way I started playing when I was 14. Because, like I said, I mean, just the style of playing between Motown and jazz and rock and roll and all that. The whole style is different.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people realize, what all's involved with the B3 Hammond. Are you playing a chopped one or is it just a?
Oh no! I always play the real thing. I have 17 B3s and about 22 Leslies scattered all over Earth, so I don't have to be at mercy of something that's not right. But it took years to establish that. But yeah, I'm what they call a purist when it comes to organ, B3, or organ, playing real organ opposed to an Nord or something like that. That's a simulated organ, just because it's convenient.
Well, when you're kicking these pedals, your bass pedals, are you wearing any kind of special shoe, or how do you feel about playing barefoot?
No, I just take my shoe off and I have my sock on, and that way I can slide and really feel be able to feel the instrument. It's
just like becoming one, ain't it?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's just It has to be, because it's so versatile. It's wherever you want to go on it. You can. It's just like driving a car. You can. You might be on the cell phone talking or whatever, and you don't have to think about when a red light comes up. Your foot automatically goes to the brake. You don't have to think about it. So it's any instrument needs to be that way, where every inch of it, and it's like second nature. That way, music's not about thinking. If you have to think of where a note is or where a drawbar is or whatever, then it takes away from the feel of actually playing. So it's important to know every inch of any instrument that you play.
So Ike, you got a new CD coming out, if I'm not mistaken. You got like 5 Grammy winners on it.
Actually, I got about 12 Grammy winners.
Oh, okay. Well, then.
It's more of a legacy CD. It's sort of Alan Parsons. It's actually like a project. It's not really a band. It's called Ike Stubblefield and Friends. It's titled all over the place because it basically, like I said, like Alan Parsons' project. It's a project. So, but it's got major players on it. Eric Clapton, Terrence Higgins from Dirty Dozen Brass Band, Jeff Coffin from Bill Fleck, and
you got them all.
Yeah, everybody's on it. It's fun, and it's kind of all over the place. So, but it's I'm probably going to break it up into four sections because it's pretty awesome. It should be top of the year. And then I'm working on Ike Stubblefield band CD, which should be ready around January as well. And that's what I'll be touring for coming up.
So who are you primarily playing with today, touring with?
Well, I'm using different people. At the moment, like I said, I'm putting Ike Stubblefield band together as we speak. But I play a lot with Grant Green Jr. On guitar. Drummer-wise, I use everybody from Dennis Chambers to Jeff Pipe, Lil John Roberts, Sonny Emery, on and on. Depends on what kind of flavor. For me, music's about like cooking. I treat everything musically like I'm cooking a recipe, so it's the right ingredient for what I'm trying to cook. So, but like I said, the band, and that's why I do basically everything under Ike Stubblefield and Friends, because I like being outside the box.
You got a lot of friends.
I have tons of friends all over Earth and beyond. Colonel Bruce Hampton, worked with him quite a bit. That whole jam band scene thing, I'm totally, friends with from, Allman Brothers to, Derek Trucks, Warren Haynes, everybody down in New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm a big Warren Haynes fan.
Yeah, I just did a guest spot with actually I'm getting ready to do the Christmas Jam, Warren Haynes Christmas Jam, and coming up next week in Asheville.
I'll have to check that out. Ike, when you're not playing music and you're just wanting to just kick back and relax, what do you do? What's your hobbies?
Well, I have a house in Palm Springs, California, and Barcelona, Spain. So, but I just want to just cool out and not even think about any kind of music. I go over to the house in Barcelona, which I don't have any musical instrument, no cell phone, no TV, no nothing. Just kind of sit there and relax and enjoy a different atmosphere. Yeah. So I'm kind of I'm a workaholic most of the year. So when I do take that time off, I take like 2 or 3 minutes and just cool out.
Well, hey, Ike, let me ask you about the music scene you started when you got the Purple Onion going.
Oh gosh, that was my trip up in Vancouver. That was interesting. I mean, it was my first club I was involved with. I did a lot of booking, mainly Canadian musicians.
Is the scene up there different, man, music-wise?
Oh yeah. Well, it's basically the same everywhere on Earth, but it's just different ingredients. Different ways of thinking of music. I mean, it's all music, so, but it's basically the same everywhere.
And after you got that going, you actually moved back and you ended up getting a couple of People's Choice Awards, didn't you?
I moved back to my hometown because I hadn't been back to Toledo, and probably at that point it was about maybe 25 years since I was back in my hometown area in Toledo. So I started another club. They call it Ike Stubblefield Club, and it was kind of put something back in my hometown and put a band together called Is Not Was, and for that I got a People's Choice Award for that CD.
You had some pretty good friends help you launch that out, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, I've kind of been all over the place with friends. All of my, I was with the early days of Haight Ashbury in San Francisco.
That was a wild time.
Yeah, that was a long time. I used to fill in for Merle Sanders with Jerry Garcia band. Do a lot of stuff with bandmates like Electric Flag and all those guys. A lot of stuff I probably forgot most things that more things that a lot of folks get. It's it's been a long run. I mean, I started off when I was 14, and I'll be 61 in June, so I've been at it a long time.
You're a seasoned musician.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm still seasoning.
That's what your Twitter page says. It says you're a music industry legend, but you're just now getting started.
That's never ending. And I mean, it's your worst enemy is lack of information. And information is always changing. So I've always been one to reach out. That's what I love about teaching, is because I get reminded of stuff that I forgot by just teaching methods of just fear factor of just walking on stage and not knowing what's going on, but knowing what's going to happen next. Turnarounds and things like that, and just the confidence level of knowing your instrument and getting outside the box. A lot of people, a lot of musicians just they're it's so easy to get locked inside a box and but you're really hearing certain things and knowing knowing how to get outside the box without losing the groove and all kinds of things like that. I mean, it's kind of complicated to talk about in the interview, but in any event, it's also reminding me of old school techniques of how to play together.
Well, speaking of playing together, Ike, you're such a legend, and you've played with so many legends. Is there anybody that you would like to play with that you haven't played with?
That's still living.
Well, yeah.
Well, living or dead. Make it easier, I guess.
Well, that's a good question. Well, for me, it's
you pretty much played with everybody. It's hard to pick somebody, ain't it?
Well, it is, yeah. I'm constantly excited about just being able to be surprised on what happens at the moment, and therefore it's exciting playing with whoever I'm playing with at that moment. So it's I can't really pick one individual. But
that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Yeah. Well, thanks. We'll leave it at that.
Well, I know you might have answered this earlier in the interview, but what do we have to look forward to in the future with you and your band?
Well, I'm filtering into New Orleans quite a bit. I'm scheduled to do a lot of jazz festivals and jam band festivals and things like that. I'm basically putting a power trio together, and I'll be touring with that worldwide in Canada and in Europe as well, and just trying to stay outside the box, but have fun.
Well, we really appreciate you stopping by and being on our show. You're always welcome to come back, and I hope you enjoyed.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed your time with us.
Oh, sure, Rob. Thanks for asking me. It's been a long. This time of year is a crazy time of year for me. Everybody's getting product together for next year, and and I got a lot of things on my plate and getting my team together. Excuse me.
And Ike also as a keyboardist myself, man, and this is Randy, I just want to say, man, thanks for keeping the true Hammond B3 sound alive.
Well, thank you. you, sir. Yeah, it's quite a challenge to get those things moved around and to actually be a purist that way. But I mean, I'm all about keeping the balance. And actually, August issue of Keyboard Magazine, I talked exactly about that. So get ready to do another one for Keyboard Player Magazine in UK, which talks about B3 techniques and that sort of thing, and kind of stuff we just talked about there. So I appreciate you having me.
The 25th Hour Radio Show.